As of the time I'm making this video, this last July, July 2016, has been the hottest month on record, surpassing even last July, July 2015, which held the previous record. Not by a wide margin though, only about a tenth of a degree, but it's still noticeable. And this isn't an isolated incident. The record has been being set for the past 10 consecutive months. Ever since record keeping started in 1880, the global temperature has been noticeably rising. Climate change is a very real thing, but what can we do about it? On August 1st in Baghdad, temperatures reached a soaring 117 degrees, beating the previous record set that July of 112 degrees. But that's a giant air conditioner compared to parts of Iran that hit 140 degrees, the hottest temperature on record. Parts of Saudi Arabia, for instance, reached a high of 126 degrees, while the cooler Morocco reached a high of 116 degrees. Zainab Guman, a 26-year-old university student who lives in Basra, said that stepping outside is like walking into a fire. It's like everything on your body, your skin, your eyes, your nose, starts to burn. A study published by the journal Nature Climate Change in October predicted that heat waves in parts of the Persian Gulf could threaten human survival by the end of the century. Researchers at the Max Planck Institute for Chemistry and the Cyprus Institute recently predicted a similar grim fate for the Middle East and for North Africa, a vast area currently home to about 500 million people. So basically what I'm saying is that these areas will become completely uninhabitable. So if you think that we have a refugee problem now, just imagine what we'll have by the end of the century. Climate change and global warming and cooling have both been part of Earth's history ever since the climate existed. This is partially due to the Earth's orbit around the Sun. Over the course of about 100,000 years, the Earth's orbit changes from nearly circular to elliptical. This causes the Earth's distance from the Sun to vary, and with it, the amount of energy we receive. The Earth's tilt also plays a role in this. As of right now, the Earth's tilt is about 23.5 degrees, but this varies anywhere between 22.1 degrees and 24.5 degrees, causing areas, especially the poles, to receive more or less sunlight throughout the year. This causes the Earth to go through mass periods of global warming, followed by mass periods of global cooling. And these changes are intervaled every 100,000 years, which coincides with the Earth's orbit around the Sun. But this all takes place over the course of tens of thousands of years. Is there something a little smaller we can look at? Well, sure we can, viewer. Aside from the examples I gave at the beginning of the episode, we can look at projections given by NASA. There's a great feature on the page that lets you play with the time periods, so you can look at how the global temperature has changed over time. But we here at ACM did some playing of our own, and here are our results. Since last year, the global temperature has increased 0.12 degrees. That's not that much, sure, but it's noticeable. Over the course of the last 16 years, from 2000 till now, the global temperature has risen about 0.21 degrees. We also looked at the temperature changes from 1880, when record keeping started, and 1902, when cars were just beginning to be mass-produced. In this 22-year time period, the temperature increased by 0.02 degrees, which is to be expected during a period of global warming. We're actually nearing the end of an ice age right now. Yes, that's right, we're still in an ice age. But let's look at the 22 years following. From 1902 to 1924, the rise in global temperature was 0.14 degrees. See where I'm going with this? When we look at the rise in global temperatures from 1880 till now, we get this. A 0.91 degree difference. Yeah, it's not looking so hot. Well, it is, but that's bad. It's not cool? Does that work? Using data collected from ice cores, tree rings, and coral, we find that the global temperature has drastically increased in the 20th century, which is just about when we started using fossil fuel to power pretty much everything. With data collected by oceanographers using fossilized plankton, we've been able to map out the Earth's temperature over the course of the past 11,000 years. And their findings show that during most of that time, temperatures were actually higher than they are today, but it also shows that temperatures are increasing faster than they ever have. All the heating that occurred in the past 100 years has been enough to cancel out all the cooling that has happened in the past 6,000 years. And here are some things we might be able to do about it. Researchers at the University of Illinois at Chicago have created a potentially game-changing device. They created a solar cell that cheaply and efficiently converts atmospheric carbon dioxide directly into usable hydrocarbon fuel, using only sunlight for energy. Unlike conventional solar cells, which convert sunlight into electricity that has to be stored in heavy batteries, this solar cell actually takes atmospheric carbon dioxide and converts it into fuel. It pretty much acts just like a plant does, and it can solve two crucial problems at once. A solar farm of such artificial leaves could remove significant amounts of carbon from the atmosphere and use it to produce energy-dense fuel efficiently. Another way would be to capture CO2 from the air and use it to create diamonds and carbon nanotubes. This would not only make the Earth less of a greenhouse, but we'd also have plenty of shiny, pretty diamonds, along with materials for radios, suspension enhancements, and increasing the strength of metal. But obviously, the most simple way is to stop creating carbon emissions. We should start using renewable energy like solar power and wind power, and although this won't make the problem go away, it will definitely give the Earth some time to fix itself. The Earth has been through a lot. It's been through recurring ice ages, tornadoes, volcanoes, hurricanes, the magnetic reversal of the poles. It's been through way worse than us. So in the words of George Carlin, the planet will be fine, the people are fucked. But they don't have to be. We can do something about it. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and make sure to share if you think this message is as important as we do. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, it's just as you assuming it's nothing but these humans would like to blame mythology for everything they're doing. They pray for non-existent gods to clean up the mess, but never take responsibility, just claim it's a test. See, that religion you've been given is shit and it's all poison. And it's partially the reason we bleed and it's all poison. Your worldview is poison, your outlook is poison. You can deny it all you want, but the truth is it's all poison.